Now, this is a little follow-up to my last video, which was about my response from the Sex Discrimination Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission. Her name is, let's just check out the Commissioner online. There's a picture of her at the Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission's .gov.au site. Let's find out a bit about Elizabeth Broderick, because she replied to me, and she's the Sex Discrimination Commissioner at the Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission. Now, I know from past history, because I've over the years written to the Human Rights Commission and complained to them about various matters, and state and federal. And usually, if they cannot help you, if they are powerless to help you about a specific matter, they tell you. They usually, if something isn't within their jurisdiction, mandate, whatever the word is, they usually tell you. If they cannot help you, if they are powerless to help you about that specific matter, they usually tell you in no uncertain terms. Now, as far as the genital mutilation of boys is concerned, in this letter I got back from her department, written by one of her staff, she, it is not clear to me that she is powerless to, it is not clear to me that she doesn't have the power to intervene and, do something about the genital mutilation of boys. But let's see where Elizabeth Broderick, the Sex Discrimination Commissioner, let's just have a little look at her biog on their homepage and just see what her priorities are, because in my opinion, the response from her department has said basically to me, they didn't tell me that they were powerless to help. What they told me was that they I got the impression that they were going to use their resources for things that they thought were more important than genital mutilation of baby boys. Now, personally, things more important perhaps, such as affirmative action for women and lowering glass ceilings and getting more women as CEOs of companies and so forth. Now, personally, if someone said to me, you can be a CEO if you like, if that's what you really wanted to be. Would you like to be a CEO, or would you like to defend the genital integrity of a boy or a girl, a little boy or girl, a little helpless child? Which would I choose? I would choose to defend a child, a boy or a girl. I would defend them. I would forgo being a CEO personally. That is my choice. That is the choice I would make. But let's see, let's read a little bit about Elizabeth Broderick and see what choice she would make. Elizabeth Broderick was appointed Sex Discrimination Commissioner and Commissioner responsible for age discrimination in September 2007 for a 5-year term. Let me count on my fingers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, she's got one more year to go. Lawyer and businesswoman. Well, she's a businesswoman. I suppose she'd be interested in CEOs. Perhaps that's where her priority lies. Elizabeth was the 2001 to 2002 Telstra New South Wales Businesswoman of the Year. Well, wacko for her. And Australian Corporate Businesswoman of the Year. Well, she's obviously interested in seeing more women as CEOs, isn't she? She's interested in lowering glass ceilings and equality. It's a pity she wasn't a bit more concerned about genital equality, eh? And that's another thing. I mean, her department has always defended little girls' genital integrity, but as you heard from the reply in my last letter, lukewarm, I suppose, would be the way to describe their attitude to male genital integrity. Genital integrity is what I mean. Prior to her appointment as Sex Discrimination Commissioner and Commissioner responsible for age discrimination, Elizabeth was a partner at Blake Dawson and developed the firm's business case for flexibility in the workplace. Well, that's all very fair enough. Her efforts contributed to creating a workplace where more than 20% of the law firm's workforce now uses flexible work arrangements. Fair enough. Elizabeth has travelled the length and breadth of Australia, listening to women and men concerned about gender equality and age discrimination. So, If she's travelled the length and breadth of Australia, if she really listened to everybody, and if she, presumably she's well studied in all this, she would know that little boys, there are more boys being genitally mutilated in Australia than there are girls. She would know that. She would know that, wouldn't she? She would. There's a thing about her accompanying a group of Aboriginal women to the United Nations, where they told their story of rebuilding their community. So she's, she's to be commended for her helping women's voices to be heard on a global stage. She has been a strong advocate for Australia's national paid parental leave scheme. Well, that's presumably something going to help children. Championed the changes to the ASX corporate governance principles to increase the number of women at decision-making level. Well, I'm getting the impression that she's more concerned about getting more women in, corporates or government, wherever. She wants more women on boards and things. Elizabeth is an advisor on women's issues, the Australian Chief of the Defence Force, a member of the University of Technology, Sydney, UTS, Advisory Board, blah, blah, blah. She's married and has 2 young children. There she is, smiling. She's delivered speeches, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's a little bit about her. I'll put the link on the bottom of my vlog if you want to see the face of the woman who isn't going to defend little boys, apparently. She doesn't see it as a priority. She's got something to smile about, apparently. I wouldn't smile like that when I could do something. But as I say, usually when I hear from the Human Rights Commission, when I've made complaints about various matters, usually they make it clear in no uncertain terms whether they can help or not. Now, what did she say? She has limited resources. She is unable to address the full range of issues. That's all I was told. I wasn't told that she couldn't. They normally tell you if they can't. It sounds to me like she has the resources to defend the genital integrity of little boys, but she won't. She's going to put other, more pressing concerns ahead of the genital mutilation of little boys. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say anyway. I wanted to see the whole picture of how the Sex Discrimination Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission. I wanted to see the whole picture of things and where she is. It appears to me that the Sex Discrimination Commissioner herself is discriminatory. It appears to me that the Sex Discrimination Commissioner at the Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission is discriminating on grounds of gender against little boys. If I were in her shoes, I would make the protection of children a priority over, getting more women onto boardrooms. That's my view. That's the choice I would make. But I'm not her. I'm not she, am I? I'm not she. See ya.